Hey, what's up with it, y'all? This your boy T Baby, and we back with another talk with T Baby. Yeah, that's what we gonna call it. We're gonna call it Talk with T Baby. And today we're gonna talk about three keywords of success. I'm gonna share three keywords of success. Hey, what's up with it? It's your boy T Baby, and we back with another Talk with T Baby. And that's what we're gonna start calling this thing, Talk with T Baby. That's basically what we're doing. We talking with T Baby. Me. I know y'all can see we here in a new location. I'm at Trapping Ink Tattoo Shop. That's where I work at now. I'm currently working at Trapping Ink Tattoo Shop, making progress. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about making progress. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, step by step, one step at a time. We'll talk about that too later soon. But today, I want to share an excerpt from Jim Rohn's book, The 7 Strategies of Wealth and Happiness. I'm going to give you 3 keywords of success. And those 3 keywords are fundamentals, wealth, and happiness. We'll talk about the fundamentals of success and how to live wealthy and how to live happy. Okay, so I'm not going to act like I know all this shit because I don't. But I study this shit a lot and I'm learning. And it's working for me. So I'm just here to share it with anybody who's willing to listen. And mostly, I'm here to share for those who come from a fucked up background like myself and just didn't have the answers and just didn't know where to start. So this is who I'm doing it for. Now he says, don't be a follower, be a student. And that means just don't believe and go with whatever I'm saying. Get your information, do your own research, do your own study, take what applies to you, take what applies to your situation, apply it to your life, and you can discard everything else. All right, and with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. The first keyword is fundamentals. Fundamental is the key word in making our lives work well. The fundamentals are the basics that build the foundation for accomplishment, productivity, success, and lifestyle. Fundamentals from the beginning. They are the basis of life from which everything else flows. The fundamentals are well established. There are no new fundamentals. There may be new techniques. They come up with new techniques and they update technology. They upgrade ways to do things every day. But there are no new fundamentals. The fundamentals are old and well established. Everything go back to the fundamentals. Fundamentals are the basics. They are very important to understand and to practice if you wish to succeed and live a good life. And he says, there are no exotic or mystical answers to success. Success is a very basic process. It's simply the natural result of consistently working the fundamentals. Now, Jim Rohn has a key phrase where he says, to be successful, you don't have to do extraordinary things. You just have to do ordinary things extraordinary well. Another key phrase he likes to mention is, there are always about a half a dozen things that make 80% of the difference. There's 6 things. He says, no matter what area of life we're working on, whether it be your health, wealth, personal goals, or professional goals, the difference between our ultimate success and inevitable failures lies in how much we're willing to seek, study, and to go to work on those half a dozen things. It says, for example, for a farmer to reap a plentiful harvest in the fall, the basics are simple. Sunshine, water, soil, seed, nutrients, and care. Each fundamental need about the same amount of attention because together they give the best chance of having a plentiful harvest. It says, so the first thing you want to find out before you start a journey or a new goal is what are the half a dozen things that will make the most difference in how it all turns out. Whether you do art, make music, play sports, or whether you're in business, whether you teach, whether you're in the farming, whether you're in the gaming, fitness, lifestyle, whatever it is you're into, it's the fundamentals that count. To understand them and to practice them is to take the first intelligent step toward accomplishing your goals and living your dreams. The second key word is wealth. It says wealth is a word that brings a wide variety of images to mind. And that's part of the purpose of these videos, to share ideas and provoke a wide variety of images because that's where the dreams are. That's where the inspiration comes from. Visualizing all the pleasures of life. Using these images in the right manner and on a consistent basis is the path to living a unique and an abundant life. Now, to one person, wealth may mean having enough financially to do whatever you wish to do with your life. To another, it may mean freedom from debt. To another, it may mean opportunity. And to many, it means $1 million. Millionaire. And we all like the sound of that. Who want to be a millionaire? Who would like to be a millionaire? We all like to be a millionaire, right? You know what I'm saying? The word by itself just rings of success, freedom, power, possibility, influence, pleasure, and excitement. Now that's one hell of an image. Now there are many different types of wealth to talk about. We could talk about the wealth of friends, the wealth of love, the wealth of knowledge, wealth of experience, and we'll get to all of that one day later on. But today we're particularly talking about wealth in the sense of financial freedom. For each of us, the amount to be considered wealthy might differ, but the dream for all of us is the same. Freedom from financial burden and freedom from financial pressure. More freedom of choice, freedom to enjoy, and opportunity to create and share. Wealth is the possession of great financial resources that improve the quality of your life and gives you more dignity and expands your lifestyle. So decide for yourself what it means to you. Grab onto your own mental energies of wealth, and let's see if some of these ideas that we share can spark an inspiration to get you to start putting the play in motion. The next key word for the day is happiness. Happiness is a lifelong universal quest. We all look for happiness every day. Happiness is a joy that most often comes from positive activity. Like wealth, happiness brings a wide variety of meanings. Happiness is the joy of discovery and the joy of knowing. Happiness is the joy that comes from designing the life. Happiness is both receiving and sharing. Happiness is being able to feast on harmony as well as bread, on ideas as well as food. Happiness is the deliberate act to create a wider world of experiences and awareness. Happiness is having a handle on disappointment. It is being in control of both emotion and circumstances. Happiness is freedom from the negative children of fear, such as worry, low self-esteem, envy, greed, anger, resentment, and so on. Happiness is an awareness and grasp of the positive power of life. Happiness is an order of thought, activity, and lifestyle. Happiness is values and balance. It is contact with people of substance. Happiness is contentment with the tasks of your life. It is thought inspired by, organized with, and rooted in your own personal philosophy. Happiness is a life well lived in which a wide variety of experiences are deliberately captured to become an invaluable form of currency for you to spend and invest in your own better future. Happiness is activity with purpose. It's love and practice. Happiness is the grasp of the obvious as well as the awe of the mysterious. But for most people, happiness seems to be something either left behind or something yet to be discovered. It says, like all good things in life, happiness is elusive by nature, but not impossible to capture. Now that about wraps it up. In my next video, we'll share the last 2 words of success from Jim Rohn's 7 Strategies of Wealth and Happiness. I want to thank y'all for listening. I want to thank y'all for letting me share. If you have any thoughts, feedback, leave it in the comments. Like, comment, and share. And until next time, we is out.